Albina's Kitchen, the Thanksgiving edition. Today we are going to roast a chicken instead of a turkey. Because in our household, we don't really like turkey, so we decided to roast a chicken, which is similar to what you will do to a turkey, but it will taste a little bit different. So for this recipe, I washed a whole chicken. Make sure that you take all the neck and all the stuffing in the cavity out. And then I'm gonna put our, my friend, the glove on. Okay, so here's our chicken. And I am going to add a few things to the chicken. First thing is, these are the items that I'm going to put in the cavity, which is thyme, rosemary, and sage. And it's as simply as just sticking it into the cavity of the chicken. I'll actually put it in this way so the taste will be better. I will have some onions, and these are all to make sure that the aromas is good, and you also will get some of the taste in the meat as well. And here are some slices of lemon. So don't feel bad, push it in as far as you can. Okay, add a few more onions. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands and chop some herbs that we will rub on the top as well as underneath the skin. So our rub consists of the same things that we put in the chicken, which is sage, thyme, and rosemary. I am going to chop this. I mean, you can use dried herbs, but the fresh one always tastes better, of course. And if you don't want to make one chicken, if you have few people over, you can actually do this with 2 chicken. So I got the organic chicken. I'm going to put this in here, into the dish. And then I'm going to add some, about 3 tablespoons of a softened butter. Anything with butter tastes good. You know that, right? Okay. And then we have some garlic cloves that we are going to crush and put in this. We are going to add to our butter and herb and garlic mixture some pepper and some salt. I don't think you can over-season this for now. And then just go ahead and mix this mixture. I'm gonna use my hand to rub this on the breast of the chicken. I don't have any cooking rope to tie the legs, so I'm going to use foil. I'll just fold the foil and try to make sure we go around. Probably will do the same thing as the rope does. Then I will put this in my baking or cooking dish. I added the remainder of my onions on there. And then I'm going to add some potatoes and some carrots to this once I cut them. I preheated the oven to 400, but before we put the chicken in the oven, I'm going to cut up some carrots. about 3 carrots. I'm going to add some more salt to this and some more pepper. Oops, a little bit too much. And a little bit of chicken broth so it wouldn't burn the bottom. Just a little bit. You don't need that much. And a little bit of olive oil. Just remember, once it's in the oven, if there is any liquid that comes out, try to baste the chicken. We're going to put it in the oven for 400 degrees for about 50 minutes to an hour. But make sure you check with the thermometer and make sure it's thoroughly cooked. Okay, let's put our alarm on. There we go. Okay, so next for the side dish, it's a very simple dish with Brussels sprouts. Many people don't like Brussels sprouts. I like Brussels sprouts, but I only like it grilled. I do not like it boiled, because then it tastes like cabbage. It's very easy to make. All you have to do is cut them, and usually this is the way you cut them. You cut the bottom, take the extra layer out, and then you will cut it in half. If they're too big, then you will cut it in more pieces, but other than that, just half would be fine. Our Brussels sprouts all washed, cut up in half. We are going to add some salt and okay, too much. You can always add salt, but you cannot remove it. And some pepper. We're going to add a little bit of soy sauce, not much. And balsamic vinegar. This is what makes it taste wonderful. And some olive oil. I'm going to add some garlic as well. I love the smell of garlic. So maybe 2 more. And then we're going to mix this. And use a spoon to mix it well. Make sure all of the garlic goes through every single Brussels sprout. And then we're going to pour it on our baking dish. The only thing I would suggest is to turn them down so they won't burn as much. Gosh, it smells so good. Unfortunately, in my household, nobody likes Brussels sprouts except me. So our Brussels sprouts are ready. I have the oven heated to 400 degrees. We're going to cook these for about 20 minutes or so. And then we'll see you back here to get the rice going. So cranberry rice is really easy to make, but I use the basmati long grain rice. It has a better aroma and it doesn't get mushy, and you can actually see the rice individually. It's not like mushed together. I put 3 cups of rice here and I washed them. You wash them because you want the starch to come out and it will prevent it from getting gummy. So now that I wash it, I'm going to put it in my pot. And I'm going to add water to this. So here is 1 cup and 2 cups of water. And I'm going to add the next cup a chicken broth because it'll give it a much better taste. So this is 3 cups. Now, a little trick that my mom taught me, no matter how much rice you have, instead of counting the number of cups of water you put in here, you'll put it the water on here, and then you'll take your finger and you gently put it on top of the rice. And the water has to come to this part of your finger. It needs a little bit more water. Okay. I will add some salt. It'll make the, hold on 1 second. And I'm going to add some olive oil. And then we'll add our cranberries. The cranberries, you can add as much or as little as you want. You can add so many variety of things to your rice. You can add lentils, you can add vegetables like the little frozen vegetables you have with beans, carrots, and peas. You can do that. But this will make a good stuffing for your chicken, something different than a normal stuffing. So I'm going to put this on the stove. On a medium heat. And I'll put the lid back on it. So we'll just wait for this to boil and all the liquid has to disappear from here. So here's our cranberries. I actually put the cranberries, this is 1 cup of cranberries. I put a little bit of water on it to make it kind of softer to chop, and I left it on here for like about 15 minutes or so, and you can see how easy it is for us to chop it. We will add this to our rice when our rice is actually cooked and all the liquid is gone. We will add this to it. And like I said, you can add more if you like to. So we're checking everything right now. This is our rice bubbling. Make sure that you put it on low, or if you put it on medium, you gotta watch out. Sometimes the water might spill over. So this is our rice, it's going. Let's check our chicken. Our chicken is doing good. We can add a foil on top to make sure that it cooks thoroughly, or we can just leave it as is. I might just add the foil on top to make it cook thoroughly, and then I can take it out to make sure that the chicken gets good color on it. So let's do the foil. Okay, so there's our chicken, and here's our Brussels sprout. It's doing good. It smells good. Okay, we'll see you back at the next check. The liquid is all disappeared, so I'm going to mix it a little bit and add our cranberries to it. It will make it a pretty color rice, which we can use as a stuffing. And then what we will do is, I might add a few more cranberries to this. So maybe another half a cup. I will lower it to low and let it simmer. While our rice is cooking, here's our Brussels sprouts. I'm just going to move it around so they all will roast evenly. And let it go for a little bit longer. So it's finally ready. Here's the Brussels sprouts. You can eat them as is, or you can put some balsamic glaze on it for the little bit of sweetness. Here's the chicken. It took much longer than an hour. I kept checking the thermometer, and I added a little bit more chicken broth to it so it would cook faster. And I had the foil on it for a while. Hold on one second. Okay, I had the foil on it, but when it was almost cooked, I took the foil out and I put it up at 450 to make sure the skin kind of gets some coloration. And here is our cranberry rice, cooked, ready to go. If you want some crunch, I toasted some almond slivers with a little bit of olive oil and I put it in a microwave. So if you like a little bit of crunch and there's no allergies, you can incorporate it in there or just put it in the four corners if you like. So this is our Thanksgiving dinner, simple, quick Thanksgiving dinner. I hope you enjoyed this segment and I wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll see you at the next session.